You're listening to Brain Food, a podcast by KPMG that gives you a taste of Brain Bar Budapest 2018. With the globe facing possible threats from phenomena like climate change, population growth, and urbanization, have you ever considered whether you will always enjoy easy access to food, clean water, and an abundance of electricity? A group of experts tackled matters related to that question in a session at Brain Bar entitled Hunger Games. Innovation in agriculture will likely be able to ensure the availability of food, according to speaker Brian Lainoff, who is a consultant at an organization called Crop Trust. Mr. Lainoff says that options to continue to feed the world are available, but access to such options is not always a given.
We have hundreds of thousands of varieties of rice, for example, that have been stored and conserved in places called gene banks, where scientists and farmers have used to improve the production of that crop. So we have rice now that can grow in salty water or in drought. And it's because we have options. And it's about access to those options, right? These scientists can get these crops from these collections. But if they're not having access, they're not going to make these changes.
David Johnson, director of the Center for Advanced Defense Studies, pointed out that necessary quantities of food, water, and electricity are not the problem. The real challenge, he says, is a distribution of those things.
So it's drinkable water in the right place at the right time. It's food arriving at the market in the right place at the right time. It's energy in the right amounts at the right time. We currently don't have a quantity problem. We have a distribution problem.
While innovation, things like Amazon being able to deliver packages by drone, has revolutionized distribution in some cases, Johnson points out that these days it is hampered by groups in whose interest it is to damage or delay distribution, sometimes for monetary, political, or even terrorist aims. Having enough electricity for everyone is a huge concern going forward, according to the International Energy Agency's Claudia Pavarini, who says the growth of global population in the next 30 years from 7 billion to 9 billion people will make for a huge increase in the demand for energy.
And electricity needs will even more increase, twice as fast as the energy needs in general. And we need to take into account that there are parts in the world, like Africa, where there are 1.1 billion people that don't have access to electricity at all today. And we need to try to give them.
Pavarini cited energy industries as providing a great example of adaptation to such challenges over time, for example, achieving never-before-seen levels of efficiency. The Center for Advanced Defense Studies' David Johnson addressed the young thinkers in the audience at Brain Bar, observing that in the midst of all the advances and technological innovation we are seeing globally, one also sees the constant erosion of the power of the nation-state.
It's always slow. It's always falling behind her. SpaceX can land a missile on its butt, and NASA can't. At the same time, we see the rise of these illicit networks that are leveraging these systems, but we've also gotten a great amount of power for entrepreneurs and non-state civil society actors. So that's where your generation makes a difference. And you will no longer be able to delegate your security to the state. On the other hand, you're going to be vastly empowered to make point solutions that are effective for you.
You've been listening to Brain Food, a taste of Brain Bar Budapest 2018 from KPMG. Stay tuned for more podcasts like this one by subscribing to KPMG in Hungary's social media channels.